Oh, hello, YouTube. This is Nicole Cushing, and I'm looking at the latest piece of religious propaganda that has been deposited in my mailbox. Um, I'm actually a collector of this kind of thing now. I live in southern Indiana, so I get this kind of thing either deposited in my mailbox or presented to my door by some gal who's wearing an outfit reminiscent of that worn by Carrie's mom in the old 70s movie. I get that kind of thing happen to me quite a bit. So I wanted to show you off my collection because I think it's an interesting thing. I love drawings and this kind of literature like this. Like this is in Christian mythology. There's this group of beasts, I guess, that will occur at the or will visit us in the end times, and this is one of them, and it's a lion, and it says, "Grr, believe in Jesus, Nicole, or else I'm going to eat you." And I love how the lion kind of looks a little stoned, if I'm not mistaken. And I also love how poorly the picture is drawn. It's not like a kindergartner drew it or anything like that, but it's kind of like you can see that the wings don't look quite right. They look like they're growing out of the lion's butt instead of the lion's shoulders, at least to me. But there's these chimeras that are in there. There's a three-headed leopard thing with wings, and then there's a lizardy kind of thing with wings. And I didn't grow up with Lovecraft's mythos. I grew up with this mythos. And so that's influenced my writing, certainly. I believe it influenced my story, The Choir of Beasts. So if you've read that, you might appreciate that link. But I want to show you more of my collection. Here's a couple of pieces from your friendly neighborhood Jehovah's Witnesses. A lot of you may have already seen these. These are kind of mass-produced. The artwork is better than the one that we just saw. Probably because it's using like some kind of, clip art or something. I'm not sure. But they want you to basically be scared to die, because that's the way that they can get to you, is by if you're really, really, really terrified of death. And if they can convince you there's a place called hell, then they can control you. So that's definitely one. And then the other one is preying on people who have difficulties with depression, and difficulties in their life. So they're really taking advantage of people when they're at their lowest. So yeah, these are sad editions. There's unfortunately very little here to have fun with. And then we have some others that are kind of along the same lines. It's basically, their one real big thing is making you scared to die. But my favorite of my collection is this little thing. I love it because it's not a mass-produced piece of propaganda. You can tell it's kind of done on the low budget. There's no graphic design skills done, and then you can see there's a really amateurish drawing there on the back. And I've read it, and what I can basically ascertain is that it's kind of an anti-Catholic tract. The doctrine of the Nicolaitans. I'm not really sure how that's pronounced, but this was given to me by some dude after dark at the post office. There was this guy just kind of hanging around the post office wearing a dress shirt and a tie and giving these out. In my new book, The Sadist Bible, I also have a gospel tract involved. And that tract is kind of based on some of these that I've collected over the years. The tract is called He Wants Us Broken. And while it doesn't necessarily belong to any Orthodox branch of Christianity, I think that it will intrigue if you check it out. So check out The Sadist Bible, available now on Kindle.